as state champs for 2A. So it was stupid.
We actually got stuff handed to us that said, because they didn't know if the country was going to shut down, we actually had stuff handed to us that we had to keep in our car that said we worked for Republic Services, and if we were to get, like, if they were to shut down roads
Dude.
if they were to stop us on the road, it said we were essential and we were going to and from work.
Yeah, that's how it was for me, too.
I had that in my car.
Save that. Dude, that's going to be like a time capsule in like 2070. We can show that to people. That's.
I already threw that out.
Oh, you should have said
I still have one in my truck and in my car.
Man.
I don't want to.
James's idea is starting up another episode right
Do you want to?
don't ask me. It's your guys' fucking podcast.
Hey, man, I'm already recording.
Oh.
It's on.
It's
on.
Yeah, seriously, that's why I hit record.
Welcome to another episode of Three Guys in a Stogie. Minus one, so it's two guys in a stogie plus two guests.
I love it. Every time I listen to it.
Missing someone with all your missing someone
Hello there out there in podcast land.
Go ahead, introduce us, James.
Welcome to regularly Three Guys in a Stogie, but right now it's actually two guys and two guests and a stogie. I'm joined here by my other host to my right, Lupe.
What's going on, guys?
Then we got Malibu and we got Anthony in the back.
We're working on an ant situation.
We got a situation here.
Sorry, fuck off. And then Don, who is usually here, he had to go home. He has work tomorrow, and we are here a little late. Just kind of.
Yeah, we kind of just decided to do another quick episode.
Yeah, see what we could.
Even if it is only a half an hour,
See if we could
fine.
squeeze a little bit more juice out of the orange.
As Alan Jamal Poppy would
But-
say.
What?
Alan Jamal
He said stuff like that.
Is the juice worth the squeeze?
He does say
Alan
that.
You know what?
Jamal Poppy.
Poppy would be funny to have on this, though. He's
Yeah.
good.
No,
He's
I've
good
said
at-
this before. I want to have him out here.
That massive
Oh
ass
my
orange.
goodness! Yeah, speaking of,
Nick.
Nicholas, it's Nick's
Nick's
baby
son.
boy,
Wait, what?
Dominic.
Oh, from the orange. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I don't have. It's not Danielle's snap. I don't have.
Yeah, I call him Wrecking Ball, I believe, something like that.
He is
Because he's a bruiser boy.
He is the smiliest of all four. Of
Oh,
those
he is
boys,
a cute, happy kid, and he's a bruiser. He's a big
I
boy.
got a couple more.
He looks like he's gonna be a linebacker when he grows up.
He's big, yeah. Like
See, it's crazy because like it's like those kids will be like
Angela's genes just took over. Yeah.
those kids will be like not a linebacker, not a basketball player or anything like that. They'll be something completely off the fucking rails and shit. Like it'll be so random.
Or something.
Yeah.
Some like
fucking AJ's kids.
Oh my goodness,
They're two big kids.
they're gonna.
tell you what, Piatone's ready for them. They haven't had shit for football.
Yeah, seriously.
They got two tackles right there. No offense to Piatone, but
I think
the
Lori.
record speaks for itself.
I think Lori says it sometimes. She's like, my two linebackers. Or
Yeah.
she says something like that.
No, fuck
Yeah.
that. They're on the line. They ain't
They're
playing
gonna be-
linebacker. Those are Michael
know.
Orr blindside babies right there.
Michael or Blindside, baby.
Speaking of which, my mom was just watching it.
That's such a good movie.
It's a great movie.
It's a great film.
So this is a little bit of a bonus episode.
Bonus.
Even if it's only half an hour, I don't care. That's fine. We'll put it out there.
We were bullshitting about the.
Video games and all that.
Well, how much did you record me and him talking about
There-
COVID and stuff? How it was stupid. For
I
people
kind
at
of caught it at
beginning?
the end.
Recap it a bit. What this is, as Lupe stated, is that we'll probably have it'll be a little bit bonus, maybe 30 minutes. We'll see what happens. There was an episode in the past that we recorded, but we didn't.
The deep past.
We didn't put up just because it sucked so bad.
It's locked up in the vault.
It was I think that was like all three of us happened to have like a rough week and a rough day. Everybody was tired.
Yeah.
And there was just a lot of dead air and mopiness. So we were this
absolutely.
shit sucks. We are going to skip a week. And we didn't record that. And I hope we never.
We recorded it, but we just never put it out there.
That's what I meant. Excuse me. I hope we don't ever release it because it wasn't anything exciting. It was very lame, in my opinion.
If we ever get like a Patreon, I'm gonna release it on Patreon.
We don't have enough. We don't have enough listener power.
know what that is.
I was going to say the same thing.
I have no idea what a Patreon. Why are we whispering?
Why are we whispering?
So Patreon is
This episode, we can do whatever we want.
Bonus.
Oh shit!
Wait, so Patreon is like if
so
you get X
Patreon
amount
like
of
they'll
listeners or
they'll
This
pay,
will catch us up.
They'll pay us like there's different tiers of Patreon.
Oh,
You get that
A lot of
advertisement money.
celebrities do it.
Yeah, it's more advertisement money. But people like listeners will pay. They'll give us. It could be even $1 a month for everything. $5 would be like they'll get the extra shows and like pictures that we post that never go on Instagram or anything like that. And then there are other things like different tiers and stuff like that. Like if they did like $10 plus, we can do a raffle, like buy something and then they'll be entered. Whoever got the $10 plus would do a raffle. Would be entered in a raffle and stuff like that. So eventually, like it's possible that we could get paid for doing this.
huh. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. What is he doing?
Looking at all your booze.
It's kind of cool with the headphones though. This is
Yeah, it's nice, isn't
a
it?
new experience for me. Man, I know what Don is saying now. How he hates the sound of his voice. Is this what I sound like? to you guys? This is horrible. Is this what I sound like? Oh my gosh!
It's weird
I
with
think you hear your own voice.
Yeah.
differently. But like so, yeah. Wow. Well, to you guys, it's not weird. I sound like a fucking idiot to myself right now.
Dude, every time.
Oh, this
Every
is
time.
bad.
I sound like
Oh no, don't do it,
Plugged in.
Chris. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's bad. It's
Are you
bad.
kidding me? I don't care.
Test.
well, you got to say something.
He's scared to say.
He's afraid to say something.
I don't want to.
Now, to me, that sounds like your voice. What does that sound like to you?
It sounds like your voice.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
just, you go back and it's like, oh.
Yeah, I don't know why Don's so self-conscious about it because he has that like deep bass voice. Like, what are you doing?
Just have a shot.
Okay.
James is pouring out the shot.
Where the hell did you get that shot glass?
James might.
Did you
James might be sleeping on the pool table tonight.
did you
Oh,
check
God.
for ants though?
I did. There was none in there when I
Alright.
poured it out. We're good.
So let's. I think we should go around the table and explain our initial COVID lockdown experiences,
Oh yeah. Hey, that's a good idea.
or no?
Actually,
Because
Sure, yeah,
that's
that's
what we
fine.
started talking about.
Yeah.
are you okay?
Those are noise canceling, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Why did you
it's
go?
almost because
But why
I'm
did-
I'm regaining my like equilibrium.
Chris takes his headphones off and he like has this wide-eyed look and he goes,
A deer in the headlights.
Wow.
like, what are you doing?
Wow.
Wow,
My
that's a low
headphones
price.
Good.
That was a good commercial.
That's a good idea though.
So,
Let's discuss our experience.
all right, let's do it. So,
Lead
I
off.
don't know where you started with this bonus episode, Lupe, but he caught us off, which was good. It was a good
Yeah.
catching of the off guard. But we so for the listeners that don't know, all 12 of you,
All 12 of them. Yeah, for sure.
we not we, jeez. I teach high school in Beecher, Illinois, which is technically, I will stand by this. Technically, the phone books have it as a suburb.
They already know 'cause
it
I
is-
bitch about it all the time.
It is a suburb of Chicago, about 30 miles south of Chicago.
It's not a
Way far south. But so I teach high school there, and March of 2020, they send everybody home. They lock down the world, and like I was telling my good buddy Malibu here, there was no because it hadn't happened yet, there was no expectation or. Well, no, I shouldn't. There was an expectation.
There was no precedent.
There was an expectation, but there was no precedent. Thank you. So I was pushing assignments out to my high schoolers because they're pretty independent, and they could, okay, if I put like, hey guys, by Friday, read chapter 3 and then do this worksheet, they could do that. I truly feel bad for those of you that that taught junior high or elementary school, because that was probably a shit show. But the high schoolers are a little more independent. But work aside, like actual life for me when COVID started was I was living in an apartment with my wife in Orland Park. And it was a 1-bedroom apartment, and right before COVID started, she had she was in the process of switching jobs. So when they locked everything down, she was technically unemployed. And then I got sent home from school. So we're like living in this tiny 1-bedroom apartment with nothing to do.
Y'all gonna learn to love each other real quick.
We did, but without getting into the nitty gritty of it, the good news was we were still kind of in the honeymoon phase from being married. So the beginning of COVID was very nice for Anthony.
Yeah, that's
we'll leave it at that because I don't like to kiss and tell. But the beginning of COVID was fantastic. Anyways,
Pull-out game is strong.
brown chicken, brown cow.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Danielle can't know I said that, but she doesn't listen anyway. So yeah, I very much enjoyed the beginning of COVID. It was great for me.
Real quick sidebar. You know what's great? Don could listen to his first episode of our own podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
That's
is
awesome.
true.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed this, motherfucker.
Ron, Don, John. But all right.
With authority. Go ahead.
But well, I was gonna get into like my, I'm a Nintendo nerd, and I took advantage of the like March, April, May for teachers was just very out of the ordinary because you're usually dealing with like the end of the year and prom and graduation and spring sports are starting and none of that happened. So
There was none of that.
None of that. So it sucked for us because if Beecher has anything at softball, and they had a chance to win a state championship for 2A, but that didn't happen. And
Let's be real. They aren't missing out on much. I mean, they're probably going to. They've been competitors every year.
for that level, yeah, they do. So
consider it like a grace period for every surrounding school in that
2A,
division
yeah.
to get their shit together and figure out
rebuild.
what makes us tick and try to make themselves better. But let's be real here. It's probably not going to happen because that's our top dog sport, and we're going to continue to fucking
they have softball.
snap necks and cash checks, bitch. I sound so amped up, like I'm so excited about the soft.
They're gonna be good this year too.
They
man.
are going to be good. Do I really care as much as I've just let on? Absolutely.
Well, I mean, I care a little more.
I think
now
he's
'cause
more
I work
excited
at the
that we're doing a
school.
bonus
I work at the
episode.
school.
I think so.
The juices are flowing for this bonus.
Yeah.
But I took advantage to play some. So I grew up playing. I guess the video game system I grew up on was Nintendo 64. It came out in '96. We got
Still the
it.
best controller,
We got
by
it.
the way.
We got it the next year in '97. I agree. Best controller.
Yeah, it was.
But so playing Mario 64 like without the internet to look up like. To this day, I don't know how me and my older brother Nick found all 120 stars in Mario 64. I don't know how we did that.
Without the internet,
we
that's
didn't look
awesome.
any. I don't know how we did that. I like to get a time machine and find out how we did that because I have no idea how we found all the secret. Like, how would I know to like look up into the sunlight of the carpet to get this star? I have no idea how we did that. But there was a couple games before the N64 that I never got to play that I know were like. Past that, like, people who like Nintendo love these games. And I was like, well, shit, I don't have anything to do for work. Like, so I went back. My two big first quarantine projects were Super Metroid for the Super Nintendo and Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, also for the Super Nintendo.
Uh-huh.
Those games were phenomenal. And so they came out when I was too little to get them new. So I played through them as an adult and I loved them. And for those hardcore Zelda fans, Turtle Rock of Link to the Past whooped my ass, but I got through it. It was very hard, but I did it.
I think I remember talking to you during
bad.
because there
Very
were
difficult.
I think I was at work well, I won't get into it
because I don't like to look
till
stuff
it's my
up.
turn.
I'm like adamant to not look stuff
Well,
up
you
when I'm playing.
and Swabs and I think PG buy the strategy books that walk you through things. I think a little bit. But I remember
for older ones, not for. I mean, for games I played previously, not those two though. I tried to do it on my own, which made it more hard.
I stand
yeah.
corrected. But I do remember being at work and you text me and I'm like, hey, what's
Those
going on? And you're like,
strategy books,
I'm just chilling, catching up on video games is what
Yeah.
you always say. Like,
Yep.
man, that must be awesome.
Catching up. I was just trying to catch up, and I know that my experience was not everybody's experience. So people that are listening that were like, quarantine was terrible. Like, I mean, as a teacher, it was just kind of stupid. So I was trying to. Why I was doing that was so I wouldn't be watching the news and freaking out and getting pissed off and getting upset. I was like, look, there's nothing I can do. If I go back to the school building, they're gonna like fire me. I might as well try to pass the time somehow. So
I
play
remember
video games.
I remember that because
They did not want us going back because I wanted to work out. They would
I
not
do
let us
remember
go back there.
But the first couple, I think the first two or probably the first 2 weeks, I was not allowed back in the building. Everybody was
like a
everybody was out.
lockdown. Like they would not let us into school.
But once they okayed, like Mike sent me the okay to go in 2 to 3 times a week for maybe two to 3 hours or whatever, I'd go in. I just remember driving there and driving back, and just how dead it was everywhere outside, just in the streets.
Dude, it was
just so dead.
eerie because
Eerie.
So
You know what came to mind?
I
You know what came to Yes,
Yep,
I Am Legend,
yep,
the movie
I
I Am
knew it.
Legend.
Yeah, I
Every
fucking
the
knew it.
streets were so eerie,
Okay,
like they were so
so-
dead and quiet.
So
For
for
record,
you,
that was great for me.
for you,
Yeah,
you know, you were, that's Beecher,
yeah.
which-
that was probably
spread out and open.
extra
which
dead.
you get,
of nothing.
you get dead anyway. Which there's really not that much traffic. But when you're
do got
downtown
Route 1.
Chicago and you don't see anything or anybody walking when you're normally so used to seeing people
That's
walking
more-
everywhere,
that's more I
dude.
Am
It's
Legend.
so eerie.
Well, look at the
And
Crossroads
then-
of America, just a mile up the road.
Yeah, and then not only that, like that was right around when the whole George Floyd thing too happened.
Oh,
That happened.
yeah.
And then-
I forgot that.
And then when I was downtown, like shit was boarded up. Dude, it was like scary.
dude, they boarded up like the strip mall over in I think that's still Cherville, like the Express Outlet and Old Navy and
Yeah.
that strip. They boarded that stuff up. I remember seeing it on Facebook, and I remember
It was
Well, yeah, because they were at the. Wasn't that when they were at the South Lake and shut down 30?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was right around that time too.
Right.
Yeah, being downtown Chicago and not seeing a bunch of people walking around and shit like that,
More comfortable chair.
it's just I don't know, it's very eerie.
Oh, I remember that shit. I really do. Just moving around.
Yeah, I turned his mic off, so he's okay. You can. Oh, I thought I turned his mic off.
Test check. I'm back.
It wasn't his.
Nope, I turned off 5 instead of 4. But yeah, no. And then, so my experience with the whole lockdown when it first happened and everything like that. And this is nice. Like, I never really wanted to talk about COVID and everything like that because I know, and I know if Don actually listens to this, like, he has his very, like, strict views on this. And we all know that. Like, Don is very adamant about wearing a mask and everything like that, which I respect. Like, I'm not going to dog him
You
for
do
that.
you.
Yeah, exactly. You do you. Like, I'm not going to fucking...
Helps in some sense. That's good.
Right. You know, if you want to wear it, wear it. Like, me personally, like, I don't wear it. I mean, unless I absolutely have to. Like, I have a couple stops that I have to go to hospitals and stuff like that, so I know I'm required to wear it. My
Yeah.
job lifted the mask mandate, so I don't wear it.
Yeah, now a lot of places it's all optional.
mean,
Like,
nowadays,
over at,
yeah.
over at the
Yeah.
school for me and Anthony work is
It's
it's
optional.
It's optional. There's still kids there that wear it, but the thing that baffles me, if you're not going to wear it, if you're going to wear it like, if you're going to pull it down just to talk,
There's no point.
or you
Right.
pull it down so it's under your nose, why are you wearing it? In
Yeah,
the first
exactly.
Place if you're not going, if you're
And not only that,
whatever.
like if you're wearing,
I'm not ripping on anybody for that. I just makes me
If you're gonna do it, do it
question
right.
it. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
If you're gonna do it,
If
then-
you're gonna
then
do it,
do
do
it
it
If
right.
you're not,
As a
take it off.
basketball coach, you guys should have seen like it was just stupid. Like,
Well,
okay,
kids-
like no one on the court was wearing them.
It's on their chin.
Restricting oxygen.
Kyrie Irving can go into the Barclays Center in New Jersey, not masked as a fan, but cannot play the game of basketball on the court
Unreal.
because he's unvaccinated.
Well,
He
that's,
walked into the Barclays Center, sat right behind the bench as a fan, was talking to his teammates, but he could not play the game because he was not vaccinated.
Well, didn't you know? Like COVID doesn't extend past.
Wait, is my from sitting here? You guys,
I can hear you fine.
Okay, all right.
COVID doesn't go past. Just like when you go to restaurants, when
Yeah.
Bonus.
You have to put it on while you walk, but when you sit down and talk, it's fine.
just like when when the mask mandate was so strict and you go to restaurants, you need to wear it till you sat down. COVID doesn't go to people when they're sitting down
The
eating.
airborne virus doesn't leave your table.
Exactly.
that raises the like to this not today. This week we finally like in all the lunchrooms in the districts, like
All
in the
the
in the
dividers.
yes, in the Beecher district school district there are 3 schools. There's the elementary, there's the high school, and there's the junior high. In the lunchrooms, on all the lunchroom tables, there is a divider that like cuts right through the half of the table.
It's a plastic divider.
It's a clear
like
plastic
plexiglass?
divider you
Yeah,
can
like
see
a
through.
plexiglass
What's
thing.
the frickin' point of those? Because it's not containing you completely, and you're still breathing the same air as everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean that's like 2 feet away from you. It's a little ridiculous. I
yeah,
didn't
the
think it was
whole-
affected. Even the nurses that work there were like, "That's a little ridiculous," because they didn't do anything. No. But what I'm saying is, we got to take those down this week. I got to take them down, and they were down within 5 minutes. I was like, "These things are stupid. They don't help. You guys wasted your money." So I took that shit down in 5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
They gave me the okay. I'm like, "Say no more."
No, you were saying something about. I forget what you were saying. You were saying something, and then you were like, not to offend people who like. I don't know where.
I don't even
I don't know where you were
remember.
going. You were like, not to offend people that wear, and then we just went on a whole huge
Yeah.
politically.
Oh well, I mean, I guess
Podcast,
I
you
was
know, get
saying
off the
kind of
political
like
shit.
the whole mask thing. Like, if you're gonna wear a mask, that's fine, wear it. But really, the masks that I guess normal people wear don't really help at all.
No, well,
Because-
my wife worked. It's got to be N95.
My buddy,
Because they have. Okay, so you're supposed to wear the N95 mask
That's- yeah,
for it
I
to
had-
actually work.
That's what
You also have
and
to
if
get
you
those-
if you have
also
a
have to get
beard,
those-
She works in
fitted.
the hospital, and she's like, like if it's not an N95, it's not really.
Right.
if you have a beard though, and you're using the N95 and you're not gonna shave, it's rendered unaffected because
Exactly.
it doesn't seal your face. That's so stupid.
Technically,
Exactly.
for an N95, you're supposed to get fitted too.
Exactly. That too.
See, we
Danielle's
had we
had
had
to
the
be fitted for
sessions
an
for that,
N95.
and they're like, they said, "Are you gonna shave?" And I'm like, "Hell no." That's just
See,
me.
and that's the thing.
That's just me.
And that's the thing, like,
and they're like,
okay,
well,
so now this is
this
gonna
is
kind
pointless.
of go back to like firefighters. If you're a firefighter,
You said it. You're good.
the alcohol is getting to me. If you're a firefighter, you have to be clean shaven.
Yeah, because you need a
that
tight
all
seal.
right. That makes that's
Except
No,
for
that's this is what I'm going towards. Like, if you're a firefighter, you have to be clean shaven. So if you don't want to get COVID, you have to wear an N95. So you have to be clean shaven.
that's.
I mean,
do you know why? You know why that is though.
because it's like a whole seal thing around
Yeah,
your
yeah.
face.
So it seals
Yeah.
properly.
But actually, okay, so hold on. We really are going on a tangent.
So
We were talking
I-
about
I
Nintendo.
No, we were talking about everybody's first.
The
When they
initial
just shut
reaction.
everything down.
Yeah, when
So
they
I
shut
explained
down.
Mine as a teacher,
'Cause it's
like
it's-
catching up on video games.
You guys
and-
are polar opposite to what me and him
Yeah.
experienced.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have a choice of sitting at home. We had to go out there and.
You guys had still
Yeah,
do
you
our-
guys were
still in
required-
some unknown. There was some.
I've
unknowns
never
at the
missed. I
beginning
can
of
say
the
I've
trip.
never missed a day because of COVID for the last
crazy.
2.5 years.
Did
Yeah.
did you get it?
Same.
Did
I've
you
never.
ever-
I never got it.
Wow. Yeah, it took me.
See, and
it
that's a
took me
little-
like 2 years before
Or-
I got it. I didn't get it until like
or you
2 months ago.
or you had it and you never even knew. Because
Right,
we're
that's
just
true.
young
That's
and
true.
That's another little tangent I kind of want to go by. Like,
who's had it or
you guys know what I do. Like, I'm a delivery person. And I know Danny's gonna fucking kill me if I don't say it
fourth
for
reference
sure.
again?
I'm an RSR, a route service representative. I drive a big box truck delivering floor mats and uniforms, kind of like Cintas. So I deal with people's dirty uniforms. I deal with fucking companies' dirty mats, and I've actually went into places that have had COVID cases there, and I still dealt with the fucking uniforms and mats. I never caught COVID. Now, here's the thing. Not only have I not caught COVID, none of the drivers that work at my job have caught COVID, except for one, and that was because, and he knows exactly where he caught it. He was staying with his girlfriend who had it. He caught it from her. None of the drivers caught it. Isaac got it because of his wife.
This was
his
like earlier this year.
Yeah, just not too long ago, maybe a couple months ago.
Yeah.
He caught it from her, who caught it from when she went to the funeral for her grandfather. But none of the drivers caught it from our job, from what we do. Now, the office people is a whole different story. The office people caught it. Almost every single...
So they didn't send you guys. They didn't make them work from home.
Oh, yeah, they made them work from home.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, as far as...
Our office people didn't come back until like 4 months ago.
Oh,
if
wow.
that. Actually, no. Because there's not that many cars still in our parking lot. So there's only probably a certain few that came back for office jobs.
Wow. Yeah, and that's what I try to like explain to them. Like, I'm like, none of the drivers caught it. We're out there dealing with the elements of people that actually have.
Call me the exterminator, bitch.
Lupe's trying to tell a story here.
Sorry. So many ants.
We tried. We tried.
Go
it.
ahead.
We did. We tried it without rain.
I'll wait till you come back. No.
Can I get a reread?
Reread. Dave. But yeah, I mean, it's like, it blows my... And then they wanted us to get our shots, which, fine.
No.
I
No.
Listen, I didn't want to.
Nope.
I didn't want to. I absolutely did not want to, but they actually required it for us to work.
Crazy.
They were
and
going
then-
to try and go that route with us, and they were just like...
They didn't require it.
Well, and then
They were going to...
the whole booster thing. They wanted us to get our booster.
They're talking about a fourth shot.
I was going to say, there's more coming.
They're talking
They
about a
they
fourth
told us if
We
we
didn't get it either?
No, I did not.
if we didn't get our booster, that we're gonna get tested for COVID every week.
Yep, that's how we were. That's what
And
it would
I-
be for us.
Now, can I chime in?
Yeah.
So that's the route that I went. So like for the teachers, it was either you have to be vaccinated or you have to test negative every week. And it was a minority, but there was a decent amount you know, of teachers and teachers' aides and maintenance workers like James, like we, people that were like I'm unvaccinated. And I would just I would get tested every week instead of getting the.
See, I didn't want to do that because there are a lot of tests that will come up a false negative. And if it comes up a false negative, this was my view. I was like, if it comes up a false negative, I'm not going to be able to work.
Right. We weren't going to get paid.
Exactly.
We weren't vaccinated.
Which means I'm not going to get paid.
See, yeah, because you guys are hourly, both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Or,
Yeah, technically I'm hourly.
okay, because mine went like.
What does that mean? What do you mean?
Well, I get even if I work 5 hours, I still get paid for 10.
Are you a union?
Yep.
That's why it's just it's just worked in your contract.
Yeah.
That's all.
So, and I didn't want to deal with that. So I ended up getting my booster.
Yeah.
I ended up getting the booster, and then literally a day later, my Danny, he called me. He's like, so I guess there was a whole lawsuit thing with Illinois that you don't need to get your booster. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, I got it because I didn't want to get tested every fucking week.
Nope.
Yeah,
it would have just.
we have a majority of our people just didn't get it. Never wanted to get it.
Oh yeah, I mean, at this point, like, bring on the boosters. Maybe I'll get a free pizza out of the 5th one. The fuck?
Punch your card and
The problem is it's gonna people. The way the media and everybody portrays it is it's like the cure was gonna fix it. The cure wasn't gonna fix it. The shot wasn't gonna cure it.
Right.
What was it, 2 weeks to flatten the curve?
Right.
flatten the curve. That's
Right,
what they told
but that's
us.
not gonna. I mean, it's this is gonna be around for the rest of our life.
Oh, absolutely. This is gonna be.
It's gonna be your flu shot. It's gonna
Yep.
be a COVID shot,
Exactly.
and they're not gonna know what strand it is. Just be like they don't know what strand it is for the flu right now.
Exactly.
What it's gonna be, because I guarantee you, because Steve and Jackie, you know Steve and Jackie.
Yeah.
Steve came over right before COVID became a thing with a really bad upper respiratory
Upper
upper
respiratory.
Upper
respiratory infection. And
How long
that
did
was
that
going
take us?
around. And that was going around before COVID. They were just
Yeah.
calling it a severe.
And that's exactly what Nicky got before COVID was a thing.
He came over and he was hacking his fucking lungs out. I mean, they were only over for like 10, 15 minutes, dropping off a birthday gift or
Right.
something. But he's like, I can't smell. He's like, I can't taste. I'm like, I'm like,
Interesting.
okay.
A little strange.
But that's what was going around though. They
Yeah.
just called
Yeah.
it a severe
Yeah, it was an upper respiratory infection.
I'm not going to try it again.
We get it.
But yeah, I mean, anyway, back to like what we were talking about. When the shutdown actually happened, I was still working. They cut our hours to 32 hours, so we were going to get paid guaranteed 32.
Lucky.
I was working maybe 27,
Lucky.
but I was still getting paid for 32. But then,
Lucky.
but I mean, as far as that, like I was still working. Technically, I was essential because I would deliver to a bunch of hospitals and stuff like that.
You're essential to me, Lupe.
I think that's when I really started thinking about doing the podcast and everything like that, and really starting smoking cigars. I was coming home, and I think Nikki was actually laid off. Don was living with us. Don, I think, was working, if I remember.
Well, where was he at that time?
I think he was just past URG. So what did he work after URG? What was the job that he
Brinks,
had?
Brinks.
Brinks.
Brinks,
I think he had just started Brinks, so obviously he was essential, like
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah,
Handles the green paper. It's the biggest thing ever.
but I mean, what we were doing, like we were coming home. Like I would come home. I'd either smoke a cigar.
Did you
and,
real quick? Did you have less stops?
Yes, I had a lot of stops that closed.
I
A
figured.
lot of stops that shut down because
I didn't remember.
they were able to work remotely. Which honestly, I still have probably a handful of stops that are still working remotely.
You were union, so they paid you a full day.
Well-
you got out a little bit early.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like earlier, like they cut our hours to 32 hours, and then I was working anywhere between 27 to 34 hours. I mean, that's kind of like a broad range.
That's still considered full time, but you know, in Illinois, you have to work. I think it's like 26 to 30 hours, and you're still considered full time.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, I was coming home. I'd either wait for Nikki to come home from either her mom's. I want to say she was working already. Maybe not. But I'd wait for her. She'd come home. We'd either play. This is kind of like where it was going. Like I know you were doing video games and stuff like that. We were kind of doing board games. So we were playing we were playing a lot of board games and stuff like that.
you guys played card games.
Yeah, we would play a lot of card games, and then this is where I got Nikki on the Switch. Like I got
I
her.
know this is going.
I got her
Because you
hooked on
combine board
Mario
games and
Party.
Video games, you get
Yeah,
what? Mario
Party.
fucking Party, baby. Dude.
So like, I mean,
But that was not the new one, but just Mario Party like 10, whatever for the Switch.
yeah,
Because the new one that we play is different.
Yes.
You guys were playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I have to re-download that because I can't find the hard copy that I have. I don't know what I did with it. But it's awesome. I fucking love
perfect
Mario
cross
Party.
between a board game and a video game.
Yeah.
Mario Party's awesome.
I agree with that.
And I remember telling her, I was like, "Come on, like just play. Like you're gonna like it." She didn't.
And
She
the
didn't think
hours
that
just
she was gonna
waste
like
away when
it,
you do
and
that,
she
'cause
fucking absolutely
you pause
loved
from
it.
the world. You pause from
Yeah.
all the anxiety. You kind of just hang out and play a game, and it's
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like we would play that, and it was a good time. And then like I would download a couple other things like on the Switch. Like I had the retro
the
retro
Switch is good
games
for like multiple people like playing. Stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I had the retro games from like Nintendo and Super
Oh,
Nintendo.
the NES
So
and the
yeah.
NES.
and I got back into the Adventures of Link, the very first Zelda game. And
I haven't got that's on my list. Like I did Link
I
in the past,
fuck-
but I haven't done the originals.
and that's
Wait,
the thing.
you
Like
haven't played the originals? I
I've-
thought you did everything.
I've played the original, but I haven't like played it and beat it. Like I've like tinkered with it, but I haven't like sat down and said, okay, I'm gonna play the Legend of Zelda. I never played the first one all the way through.
Oh, shit.
it's a great one. Like it's
Hard.
fun.
The old
And I'm
games take
stuck.
No mercy. They take no mercy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like and
new
I'm
ones are
stuck
so
on the
easy.
last dungeon.
Yeah, that's the one where the rooms are shaped like a skull.
Yeah.
In the first one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Like, I know all about it. I just haven't played it. I haven't played the game.
And it's crazy. Like, there's so much controversy behind that because there's actually a dungeon that's shaped like the swastika.
In the first one?
Yeah.
I know the skull one. I don't know the swastika.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know one of them is like a skull.
But yeah, I mean, that's when I really, and then that's when that was when I first downloaded TikTok and stuff like that. Like, I have,
It's a good break. It's a break from reality.
Yeah.
It's like reality is depressing enough. Like
oh yeah, and that was the thing. Like, I was
That time.
listening to, they were called like 2-minute podcasts, and they would talk about COVID, and I was constantly listening, and it was just like, it was killing me. Like, I that's when I started really like,
you need a break from it.
yeah, I started getting really like nervous about it and shit like that. I'm like, you know what?
That's why.
I really need to stop listening to this. So, which I did.
Doesn't fit.
I stopped listening to it and stuff like that. I really kind of stopped like watching the news and stuff like that too. So now I really don't watch the news at all.
I haven't watched the news in
I can't
12
because
years.
That shit's
it's
always
either-
on in my house, so I
it's
have no-
either
I
COVID
never watch it.
now. It's either COVID, Ukraine,
It's just so
or death. Like it, I can't.
You need
It's
that-
so
you need that break
depressing.
from you. And I'm not saying it's. I'm also not saying it's not healthy to sit there for 8 hours a day playing video games, but
Right.
you need a little bit of a. That's why I told James.
Hey,
Like,
man,
I mean,
That's a po-
theoretically,
that's a positive
theoretically though,
outlet
that's a
compared-
job now.
Yeah.
well,
Good
yeah,
point.
but
True.
Yeah.
I told James like I got into like either video games or the Chronicles of Narnia or like a book series or like
Great
just
stories,
get out of the
great
world.
stories.
Just get out of the world and pay attention to something
Right.
else for a little bit. Like the Narnia Chronicles were good for me because I had those on CD. I listened to while I was driving, or video games when I was at home. Just where you're just constantly talking about COVID or something. It was just
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was starting to get like super depressing. there's-
I still worked 40+ hours. I didn't get
you
you
didn't
get your
shut-
guys'
you didn't-
breaks.
because people
Well, see, honestly,
the
my
world wasn't stopping in your department. So
Ours got heavier.
Yeah. 'Cause
well,
everybody
yeah.
stayed
Everybody was at
home.
home. Everybody
Everybody
was at home
stayed at
now.
home.
Yeah.
They stocked up on everything and anything.
Well, then the stimulus checks came and everybody was like, "Hey, free money! I'm gonna fucking redo my goddamn bathroom."
Oh my god! And my dad works at the
Oh, the
lumberyard.
lumberyard, yeah.
I used to work with him at the lumberyard. He
Oh yeah,
still
the
works-
lumber yards are
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, your dad works at
Yep.
at
Glue lamp.
at Glulam, and my dad works at RP Lumber, which they're a little bit different types of lumber yards, but still, I mean, talking to my dad, they ran out of like treated lumber, which is lumber that is used to build outside stuff because it's
Withstand the
treated-
elements
yeah,
and stuff like
treated
that.
with stuff that could withstand like cold and
It was
and
over
heat.
$10 at Menards at one point for a 2x4.
They
Oh,
ran,
it's
they
insane.
ran
For a
out of
fucking 2x4.
Yeah.
They ran out of all RP Lumber and Beecher. They ran out of all of their treated wood.
That's crazy.
It was crazy. Yeah, I remember. And then
Because everybody had the time to do their home projects.
yeah.
I can't tell you how many decks I threw out. I can't tell you how many bathrooms I threw out. I can't tell you how many kitchens I fucking threw out.
That stuff is still high up. Right
Yeah,
now.
it's still high up there. I mean, it has gone down.
He went in the fucking.
And that was another thing. Like, people were buying houses. This is why the housing market is fucking terrible right now.
Anthony finally got his house.
Finally, time to move out and leave the nest. COVID.
wait. If we're being real here, you had already left the nest. You were just living in an apartment.
Well, yeah, I should. Well, it was finally like to take the next
Take the
phase
big,
of
the
take
next
the,
step.
the grown-up step of buying a property.
The next phase of adulthood and like buying a house, and we did it in the middle of this. Like, we moved into our home in June of 2021, in the heart of all this fucking shit. Whatever, I'm not going to complain because we moved into a great place, but the process was not fun. I'm not moving again for a long time. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, don't be like me. Don't move every 2 years.
Hell to the motherfucker.
Real quick,
We'll be in the house for a little.
Hey, which reminds me, I think your 2 years is up, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm looking
Time
at.
to move.
Why do you think we're going to Phoenix?
don't.
And
Stay here.
Probably San Antonio later this year. No, it's recon to
Never looked at
try
San
and move.
Antonio.
James is, I mean, nobody can see this, but James is looking at me for a shot, to take a shot, and I'm not taking a shot. Really? You took a shot at Johnny Walker earlier?
Yeah, that was a little harsh. The black label's a little smooth.
I'm really surprised you took, like, that's not a shot liquor.
Yeah, that's a sipper.
The black label? Isn't that low grade? They're low grade.
Doesn't matter, it's scotch.
Right.
That's why it was a little rough.
Yeah.
A little earthy.
That's not. That's
might as well-
not regular
shot.
whiskey.
I might as well just
That's not your Kentucky bourbon.
No.
might as well have just taken a shot of
No,
a
that's
half
your-
shot of Pete.
That's 2 fingers, and you just a drop of water, and you just let it chill.
2 fingers?
I don't even do water.
Damn,
I
you know
do a
what?
squeeze of lime.
I'm surprised
I always-
because I'm pretty used to 4 fingers.
I'm sure you are, you fucking homo.
You got the dick duster.
Fuck you. I am not offended by that. I like my mustache. I think I wear it very well.
I think it looks good.
I don't think that it looks like a child molester.
I was going to say
Mustache.
Chester Molester over here.
I don't look like my name is Chester. If anything, I look like my name is Daniel or some shit.
My name is Jeff.
Another poppy throwback. My name is Jeff. I hope he listens to that.
You know what's crazy? Like, we've been recording, and it's already been 43 minutes.
No.
It has.
This is
So much for the 30 minutes, right?
Yeah,
Maybe if we keep
That's
talking, we
too
could
long
cut
of
this
a
in
bonus.
half and make it 2.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm okay with that.
Okay with that.
That would be awesome, though.
right.
If this goes past,
You have to tell your initial.
yeah, I was gonna say. So wait, you and Anthony went for what we were doing.
Chris went like in segments, kind of.
Yeah.
Well- We'll see if you could gather. Are you laughing over there? Oh, I saw you just going like this. Couldn't see your face. I'm like, are you laughing? During the COVID lockouts, for the first, as I said before, for the first 2 weeks, I think I was not allowed in the building. Nobody was allowed in the building, any of the buildings. And after 2 weeks, they started being a little, I wouldn't even call it lax because everybody was still up in arms about it, but
Did you ever sneak in to work out?
a couple times. I don't,
Was it that easy to sneak in to work out?
I remember at that time. I remember at that time thinking about it
My room up to
and being on social media. How everybody was like, "Just stay home. Just stay home. Don't do it. You're being selfish if you do. You're gonna kill other people." Like, I'm like,
At
geez.
the beginning, though, that's
lot of
understandable.
unknowns.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
everybody was
nobody,
freaking out that
Nobody
much,
knew,
yeah.
and I understand it, but that's just what I remember.
Not her.
I mean, shit, how long did it actually
Right.
take?
Yeah.
How long did it actually take for
People shamed me.
Nikki and I to
for, like,
bring
anybody who I
Mason's,
told about. I think I told like 2
measuring
people
board.
about it.
I mean, it was
And they're like,
warm
don't
out.
do that.
And his birthday's in January.
Yeah.
So like real quickly, I learned not to tell people that what I was doing, even though to my knowledge, nobody else was going in there working out, but maybe other people were, or whatever. I didn't catch anything, and those people didn't catch anything. And the only reason I know that because I asked them about it. But
here's my thing, though. Why the fuck did everybody decide, let's buy toilet paper?
Dude,
I have a theory.
I still can't figure that one out, but I do want to hear that. Let's hear it.
I have a theory that I talked about literally like on, not Friday, it was on Thursday. I talked about this with one of my freshman class at high school. Here is my theory on the toilet paper thing.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this one.
I'm halfway kidding, but I'm also halfway kind of serious. I honestly think that the toilet paper thing started by some teenagers going into a store, realizing the situation of COVID and everything. Like, so I think one of them was like, "Hey, fit as much toilet paper in this cart as you can." So I think they just filled their cart up with toilet paper, and as they're checking out, okay, Joe Billy Bob sees this.
Bob.
And then Frank. Everybody kind of sees these kids like, oh shit, they're why? And then they all go and get some toilet paper. Then everybody else goes, and I think it just spread like that. I think
So it was a scare tactic.
I think it was a couple kids just being fucking dumb, filling their cart up with toilet paper, and it freaked everybody out.
You think that this shit happened?
That's what I think.
Wait, you legitimately think that this happened because of some kind of what this sounds like is like some sort of crazy dare thing, like the milk crate challenge.
Oh,
you think
God.
kids did that
I at least halfway think that just some kids were being stupid. And when people, like, think about when you're in a store and you see someone like stocking up on something, you're like, wait,
why are you doing that?
Why are you doing that? So then a couple people went, and then more people.
All right,
more people.
it's
so it exploded.
It's registering a bit more.
I halfway think
get
that
it.
it was all bullshit by some kids being stupid. But the other half of me is like, okay, we need ass wipes.
Man,
But
there are parents that
Yeah,
are,
that's fine.
they're-
We need ass wipes, but why the fuck are you buying 3 years worth of ass wipes?
man,
Why are we calling them ass wipes?
you guys want to know, like, so when like everything was getting shut down, me, living nicely under my rock, not paying attention to the news.
Like Patrick,
I always
like Patrick Star.
I go to Aldi on Saturday morning. Went to Aldi on Saturday. I went to this Aldi. I have never seen a grocery store. It was like you mentioned. I Am Legend.
So barren?
It was scary.
Oh, yeah.
And this is before I'd even really pay attention to news and stuff.
How
But,
many
like,
people were on
I'm
staff?
walking past the meat department was empty. I'm not even kidding. There was nothing on the shelf for the, and I was like, wait, what is going on? And
Come on.
It's the wifey.
I was so confused that like what was happening, and like it was before I really knew the gravity of the situation.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of just going for my regular.
This was like a week or two in?
Yeah, I'm going for like my regular. No, this was like right before like the rumors were spreading they were going to shut stuff down.
Oh,
like before the 20th or the 16th, whatever. And,
Act fast.
And like I went to the
Fire
grocery
sale,
store just like as a
everything must
normal
go.
day, and I was like, what is going on? Then like I looked at my phone like, oh, I guess this virus is getting kind of bad. Well, I called, hey Danielle, they're out of chicken. Like, what am I supposed to? Like, I was just kind of like living regular life.
Yeah.
Like, they're out of. They're like, okay, they're freaking out here. Like, I guess I'll go to Jewel. I don't know. It was just so weird for me at first because I live under a rock and it's nice.
Yeah, no, that blew my mind. Like, really, toilet paper of all things. Like, and the thing is, if they would have shut down the entire country for the 2 weeks, I can see people buying a lot of toilet paper,
Yeah,
but not 3 years worth.
it was a lot. People were buying way more than.
Yeah, it was bizarre. And you know what? I feel like if they would have shut everything down, and when I say everything, I mean every fucking thing. If they would have shut
Make it legit. Yeah.
everything down for 2 weeks, they would have flattened the curve
If they did,
significantly.
they did it like legit everything.
Yeah. I mean, obviously there are some things that they couldn't, like hospitals. If they wouldn't have, but everything else, I think everything would have been fine.
Can I finish my story?
Yeah.
After those 2 weeks, I think they let me come back in 2 or 3 times a week for maybe 2 hours or so. And I mean, I was busy for those 2 hours because I only had 2 hours to do something. And while there were no kids there, it gave me more of a chance to get into classrooms and fix little stuff or wherever, because obviously there were no classes. But I was there for 2 hours and I'd leave. And like I stated before, everything was dead. Like the streets were dead. I mean, anything except maybe one gas station and Waltz were closed. And even those had adjusted hours.
It was so weird.
It was
like after 6, like everybody's got to be back. Like it's gonna be worse after 6, or it was just weird.
It was very strange. I mean, there in Route 1 runs right through our town, so there's usually it's not always a heavy flow of traffic, but it's a steady flow of traffic. Yeah. But even then, it was a lot slower because a lot of people were either laid off or like their regular jobs or lives were just on pause because of the whole pandemic, obviously. And there were very few businesses open. I mean, the days that I wasn't in,
I have one more of those.
or the extra hours I had on the days that I still worked, only 2 hours was I'd go home and I'd probably watch movies or
Star Wars Rebels or Clone.
Oh my God, I binged so much. That was a big thing. I binged so much things, especially Star Wars, as Anthony said, because I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
Nerd.
But
I'm just kidding. I agree.
Thank you. Oh yeah, you are also.
Yes.
Yeah. But I binged that a lot, and I binged a lot of things, and there wasn't I did some workouts, and like many people during the pandemic, I gained a little bit of weight because gyms were closed, and I didn't have anything to do. I could have did other things outside, but I did not.
Did
I was
everybody get like?
What?
I gained like minimal, like it was.
No, I gained. I gained a bit more.
I gained quite a bit.
I
I
gained. I think.
Damn, I feel like an asshole now.
I think by. Let's see. I think by the end of the year, that year of 2020, I think I was, or at least by October, I think I was back up to almost 300 pounds.
Of 2020?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I do not remember that. For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I shot back up to about 200.
I like this one.
I mean, because I tracked it, because in October, that's when I really started to work out again. I was 292 pounds.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead, finish what you're saying before
I was lucky. I didn't fluctuate too much because what I did, I would like we lived in this apartment, but like I would just walk. I would walk. I'd just go out and walk and listen to my headphones. I would just walk. There was a nice little like trail and stuff. Like I wasn't really like working out hard, but like I kind of had just continued my normal life. Like I just like walked, and I didn't really because I hate sitting around just. I don't know.
I don't mind sitting around as long as I have something to do. Hence the binging of Star Wars.
Right when it started, but
I probably binged Star Wars, like all the Star Wars materials several times.
Yeah, I started.
I
started snacking a lot more.
Because I just don't want to go. Like I don't know. To take a line from James's dad, my godfather. Been there, done that, got the T-shirt.
Yeah, we hear that quite often.
I'm not. I am so. I'm just nope. I've been fat, played football, done that. I don't need to be that big anymore. Nope.
Yeah.
To touch on like a different experience entirely inside of this stupid fucking pandemic, losing family members during this time was incredibly hard. I lost my grandfather. Me and Anthony lost our grandfather
at the beginning
during this. In funny enough,
right when the lockdown started.
Funny enough, today is March 19th. Tomorrow is the 2-year anniversary of our Papa passing away.
It was right when all this stuff started.
Yeah, it was bonkers, balls to the wall, just crazy. Everybody, obviously, everything was shut down, but
Had, like, an underground funeral mass.
Yeah.
It was like in the basement of the funeral. It was so stupid.
what's he like? I'll touch on this a little bit more, but even crazier. Was it 2 months later, or 3 months later that Katie,
June.
passed, and it just made things even more even more into overdrive for our family. It was, those are pretty regular circumstances inside of society. People lose a family member, but you weren't able to grieve accordingly like you usually do, because everything was shut down. And
Yeah, shit was fucked up. Like they were,
It was weird. Like,
only 10 people could come in at a time or some shit like that.
yeah,
so stupid.
people around the funeral home were calling the cops when they realized that there were more cars accumulating in the parking lot.
Yeah,
They called the cops. The cops would come to the funeral home and break it up and say, "You guys got to shut it down now."
Oh my god.
So I mean,
This is
Anthony's better at getting into these details than I am, because he has a better memory than I do.
I don't want to get into these details.
Well, you remember it better. All I remember is grief and bullshit because of all this. I remember we had to, my papa didn't get the send off that he deserved.
Funerals weren't as big as they should have been. It was just kind of.
Not a lot of people came out because they feared everything that was going on,
fear or because of restriction,
and
we're not the only ones that dealt. I mean, a lot of people lost people during
at
least we didn't have to deal with like we were there with. Our grandfather died kind of on hospice, and he was like with us. But like, I can't imagine. I saw the people you guys probably saw the people on the news where they're like, they're seeing their parent or something like
Through a
the
fucking
window,
Zoom
through
or
an iPad.
yeah.
And like that, dude, I can't even imagine that. At
Yep.
least we got to like be.
And you know what?
I mean?
This
Like,
this would be a good time. Like if we had like Dave and Autumn here. Autumn
they
worked.
have to experience that through iPad.
Autumn worked in the COVID unit, so every time that she had to like tell the family that the person was about to pass away, like they'd pull out an iPad and they'd be on Zoom.
I remember her telling
Like
me
it's
about that.
just terrible.
It's just an egregious overreaction.
Nothing else mattered except for COVID at that point.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Feelings didn't matter.
Crazy, man.
Common sense didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Common sense still doesn't matter because it's not even.
It's
fucking
never
true.
mattered.
Everybody isn't blessed with that.
But yeah, a lot of people had it worse than we did. Like some people had to say their goodbyes on a screen.
On a screen, yeah.
Oh,
And the polar opposite of that, like having a kid during COVID,
yeah,
not
that's
being
something
able
we can't
to,
comment on that. Yeah,
not being able to do anything with your kid.
Yeah.
you're locked, you're cooped
So-
up, you get batshit crazy.
And we're in the process of getting my son diagnosed with autism, and it's a whole long process. But we were talking to his old speech therapist who's moving to Indianapolis for a better job, for one of her dream jobs, and they are 80% more kids right now than they had 2 years ago.
Wow.
Speech therapy and occupational therapy.
Jeez.
Because nobody could take their kid anywhere. So nobody, unless you had people that had friends
What could you
that had
do?
kids that didn't care about like the lockdowns and everything, they didn't see anybody.
And they didn't get that social.
They didn't get this
burst.
The interactions.
My kid's 3 years old, so he was
Not
prime.
used to seeing other people.
He was prime right when COVID started, like to start seeing people and getting with other kids and
And then
learning. And he never got that.
Yeah.
He didn't leave the house unless we went somewhere for
And now
10
he's
minutes.
going on how old?
He's three years and 2 months. Obviously, nothing with sorrow, but it's at the same aspect. It's polar
Yeah, that's a
opposite.
perspective that
It's
you
the
don't think
start
about.
of
Yeah,
life versus the end of life.
And like you said, nothing else mattered. It was just cool, and it wasn't. And I feel like a lot of even the hospital workers and people like even they were like, but it was all like CYB. It was just all cover your butt. I don't want to get in trouble, so this is what the company
Yeah.
says, and here's this iPad. We can't let you in the room. And deep down, they're like, "This is dumb."
Yeah.
As they're handing you the iPad, they know it's dumb. You know it's dumb, and it just like it's,
Right. And, I mean, man, I couldn't imagine.
I'm thankful that I didn't have to experience that.
Yeah.
At least our grandfather was on hospice, and
We took him home.
Joseph was with. We
Katie.
took him home. If you remember, we took him home like
Katie-
2 days before the world shut down. Like
Katie-
for real. He knew Papa wanted to get the fuck out of that hospital.
Oh.
He was like, "Get me out!" Like there was some. We got our grandfather out of the hospital like literally 2 days before the world shut down.
Wow.
Like it was like I think like my last day at work was St. Patrick's Day. 18th they shut everything down. The 20th he died. And so it was like if he was in the hospital, like nobody would be able to be there. It was so stupid.
Yeah. With Katie, it was different. I mean, I remember her sisters were outside her window. She was floors up.
Yeah, they were on the news.
Yeah, she was floors up, and they were outside the gate, outside the fence. They had fences and stuff that Katie could see out the window. They had signs up saying
They're holding signs up like, "Get
But-
well soon, kid." This is Joseph G. Not
Yeah.
And I remember that day, the day that happened, because nobody was allowed to go in there except Joseph and Katie's mom and dad. And it was that
3 people in there. I'm surprised they let 3 people in there instead of 1.
we
They let 3 people in there.
we all said our goodbyes to her individually over the phone, and she wasn't conscious. They just put the phone up to her ear, and we all said our piece.
We didn't do that. That was
You weren't there. It was my family and the Giannattis, and it was a mess, man. It was just
well,
COVID. It's another thing that COVID ruined.
Joseph and her parents were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just it's so weird how, and like there was a lot of unknowns. You know,
We couldn't pick up any cardboard because for a while there, for the record, I'm a garbage man. If anybody didn't piece it together yet, but
they were saying cardboard.
they were saying that it would last. I think it was like 4 days or something.
Yeah.
Cardboard. So we could not take. We got to the point where we're in Northwest Indiana, and we got to the point where we can only take toner only. And we're not a toner only like division. We take anything and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't tell you how many people have like, you're leaving this. I'm like, I literally cannot touch it. I will get in trouble if I get out of the truck.
That's insane, dude.
All of the extra boxes, we could not touch.
Mm-hmm.
That's how bad it got.
It's freaking unreal.
Lupe's got a secret sink somewhere.
Well, yeah, I remember.
I think this bonus episode might wind up being longer than the other episode.
Honestly, it was. Oh my God, we're at a minute. Or a minute. We're at an hour and 4 minutes. What's this for?
I mean,
I don't-
technically
Alright, no,
it's
it's not.
social media, but
when I sent you guys that text, or I sent you guys, I don't even get alerts for it because I turn the alerts off.
That's
So
true.
it was
'cause
like
sometimes,
2 weeks when I responded to you guys.
sometimes,
yeah, yeah, that's
Sometimes
right.
you
I was
don't
like,
even
I'm
get-
like,
yeah.
I'm like, there's no way nobody's sending me a Snapchat.
I'm like,
And I open it, and I'm like, oh fuck.
I'm like, I go to. Come on, Chris, this is a funny one. I'm waiting for you to open it up. Do you ever laugh at my when you open some of my funny shit up?
Oh my
do you
god, yeah. It's just,
oh, thank God.
I never, like I said, I don't get alerts for it.
Yeah, yeah, I
Let
know.
me see right now. Here, let's.
I feel like you forget, after days of not checking, you
So I
forget
got
what
here.
the reply was.
2 days ago from Team Snapchat, 2 days ago from Donnie, 3 days ago from Porter and Lupe from 3 hours ago. I don't know.
Yeah, Anthony doesn't do the chat snap.
Above the influence.
The Snapchat's actually funny because it's just an easier way of texting. I look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way I
Sometimes
look
if you
at it.
wanna,
for a quick
record your-
photo,
Here's you send a quick photo, it's fine. But here's my thing about the Snapchat Messenger. I'll send a message and then
Change your settings.
I absolutely
Yeah, but
forget
think
what
of
I
it.
say.
I change everybody on my frequent flyers list. I change their thing to
to last.
delete
Yeah.
after 24 hours or whatever, instead of delete after reading.
yeah, you can.
So I could go back to the conversation
Yeah.
oh, that's what she's talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
that one that you sent me that I was like, I accidentally deleted it.
Uh,
Oh man.
yeah, I have Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat.
Yeah. White man.
And as far as like Facebook, I don't do statuses anymore. Like I share memes.
Yeah, mine was dad jokes.
Yeah.
That's all I did on Facebook before I
And
left.
Amy tagged me and stuff. That was my page.
Yeah, for years I'd tag people and I'd share funny shit. I'd never make a Facebook post anymore.
Yeah.
I did the once a year, once every couple month blow up on the world that nobody read.
Like,
but
are you
oh, yeah.
kidding me?
I used to always read that shit.
Oh man.
What else can we talk about?
Well, what did we touch on yours enough? What did you do? I mean, Chris, you were pretty much working. You were working maybe less than 8 hours because. What? Wait, why did I say that? No,
less than 8 hours.
You were working more than 8 hours.
I was telling Anthony 20 minutes ago, like the last month and a half is the first like slow season we've had in 2 years.
Yeah.
I was still doing anywhere from 42 to 55 hours a week.
Your stuff sped up. And then, I feel like we kind of got like the karma came back then because like when lockdown just started, it was really nice for teachers, and then when the 2020-2021 school year started, it's like fast forward to August of 2020. Supposed to quit, you motherfucker.
Yeah, I did.
Bitch.
Hey, it's his mistake.
Hey.
He'll hear it when he's
That's fucking
he'll
awesome.
hear this when he's
15 years.
editing.
That's fucking awesome, for real.
15 years.
So when August of 2020 rolls around, so
Shit, 16 years.
a public school district gets,
Just blame it on your farts.
man, again? What the fuck?
It's like a crackhead, man.
We gotta pause the podcast for this. You just gotta pause it.
Oh, there it is.
So,
Dude, if I were to do that right now, oh my god.
no, dude. So we get 5 days. That
Oh,
like say
by the way, wait, not to interrupt you, but I get 2 personal days a year.
2. Damn. Well, if it makes you feel any better, we get 2 personal days,
That was my left teeth.
but 10 sick days.
Oh,
I get
wow.
2 weeks of vacation up until 10 years. Then I get my 3rd. But I have to plan those out, and I'm union, so
Ahead of time, like
I don't get any summer months.
The fuck are you
I
doing?
get 2 personal days for the rest of the year.
Oh, I only get 2 personal days a year too.
Yeah, but how many sick days do you have?
Wait.
No,
Here.
it's along with my personal days.
Wait. What do you guys start out with?
But can you use your vacation days?
Nope.
Hey,
So how many?
What's-
What do you got? 2 weeks of vacation?
2 weeks
Sound-
vacation.
sound like an
So
annoying
what?
little kid. Hey.
What do you
hey,
mean?
Hey, wait. Look at me.
Hold on. Wait, what?
When do you get more vacation?
Till next year.
No, like when do you get when do you accrue your next week? After how many years do you get a 3rd week of vacation?
Oh, 5 years.
Excuse me.
I'm at 10. I don't get my 3rd week until 10.
Oh, wait a minute.
what do you got now? You're gonna like
I'm at 8 years
8
there.
years. I was gonna say-
No, I think it could be 7. I think it could be 7
So
years.
what do you top out at? Like 6 weeks? 7 weeks?
4.
You top out at 4?
Yep.
After what? 12 years?
10 years. Yeah.
And you're making how much an hour?
We cap at 25.
No,
Yeah.
the 15's moving on. The 15.
I'm pissed. I'm
Wow.
pissed. That was an upset.
The Rock. St.
70
Peter.
to
How
70 to
about it?
60 in the second
Fuck.
round.
That's divine intervention right
Yeah,
there.
I know.
Third 15 seed to reach the Sweet 16.
So far,
What-
I guess Kansas is going to be my only fucking
What
team.
What's their mascot? Like, are they the St. Peter Rocks for St. Like, what are they?
Oh, I don't know.